for us, it has been an incredible experience to watch the teenage mom grow up as a child herself and as a teenager herself, but also as a mom, and to begin to demonstrate the care and the responsibility that a mom needs to have of a child. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been very rewarding.
And you get a grandbaby.
That's right.
It's awesome.
2 for 1.
They take you in for who you are, no matter what you've done or how your past has been, and they just make you part of their family.
It felt normal, you know, like these kids say. We came in here and Mom and Dad made us feel like we're home. Well, they're home. How can you send them anyplace else?
It's a risk. You have no guarantee that that child is going to end up being perfect. In fact, you pretty much have a guarantee they won't end up being perfect. But then you have a good guarantee that your birth children won't end up being perfect either. So, you know, if we waited until the situation was right to decide to adopt, we'd probably never do it. It is something where you step out in faith and you do it. And do you get your nose bloody once in a while? Yeah. But the end result is that that child's life is changed. I think what we're looking for right now is we're looking for, it's almost ready to come full circle for us. We have older kids who I think very soon, one of them's married already and has kids, but we think that very soon some of our children will begin to do the same thing that we do. And when that comes full circle, then that's gratifying. For parents who are thinking about fostering, I would recommend you get to know some people who are doing it. I think that's the best way to really get a good view of what it's like, but you'll never get the best view until you do it yourself. And again, it's one of those things that's a leap of faith. You jump in, you do it. Are you always going to have enough money? No. Is your house going to be big enough? No. Is your car going to be big enough? No. You know, you keep moving up. We started in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house and moved from there to a 4-bedroom house, and we've had to keep moving up. And we've started in a little tiny car, and now we have a 15-passenger van, you know. Where does it come from? We don't know. We live by faith day by day. But it's something where we just jumped in, decided that we were going to do it, and now 19 years later, we look back, we're seeing the results of it, and again, we would not change course. Would we?
No, we wouldn't. And
not today, anyway.
And we don't consider ourselves saints. People look at you and tell you that you must be a saint to be able to do this. I'm not a saint. I'm just, you pray and using God's strength, and I'm blessed beyond measure with the children that have come into my home.
If you're thinking about taking a kid in, not necessarily to adopt them, but just to help out, don't worry about the money, don't worry about the beds and whatever you need. Just worry about the love that you need to give to them, and because the money and everything that'll come and that'll go, but the love that you need to give to them will remain in their heart forever.
There's kids out there that need you to adopt them, and they need to be loved, and they need to feel like they're needed. Because if they just keep moving around to foster home, that's not doing anything for them. And once they grow up, they won't have that family setting in them, and they'll be missing something.
We get about 5 standard responses from people when we tell them what we do. The one we get most often is, I could never do what you do. And the truth is, you can. You know, we did. Then we hear people say, you must be really special people. And the truth is, we're not. We just made a decision to do it. And what other things do we hear?
How can you afford it?
How would it affect my birth children? Yeah, that's a big concern that people have. Are they going to get them dirty or something, you know? Does it affect your birth children? Yeah, it does. It has affected ours tremendously. They are more able to interact with people. They have better people skills. They're more patient. They're better leaders. They're better at caring for their own kids. I can't think of any downside in terms of how it has affected our birth children. And now it's not so much about what we do, it's more who we are. Because this is what we're about. This is our mission in life. And we're pretty passionate about it.
I'd say to parents that are afraid to adopt, it's normal to be afraid, but it shouldn't be that much of a deal, because God tells us to give of ourselves to people that are less fortunate and just to be like Him to children that don't have families. And I'm just saying you got to do it, because that's what you're here for.